system needs more teacher assistants. Your Board of Education cut all but 5 of the TAs from this year's budget with no public discussion. If TAs are a top priority, why didn't you request funds to pay for them? And why did you tell the board that all of the BOE's priorities were funded with the budget request?
So I think I've already addressed this statement, misleading statement, that somehow I believe that all of our budgetary needs in Chatham County schools are met. That really was an attempt by Commissioner Brock to extract some kind of a campaign statement out of me, which I'm not giving. But how school boards fund TA positions is basically carved for us right now. We can only allot a certain number of TA positions based on the amount of money we get. If we take that money and take money from another pot and put it into teacher assistants, we're losing something somewhere else. So what we have done is not get rid of teacher assistants, but through attrition, we have not replaced them. So I think that does need some clarification. So it would be tantamount to saying that we are, instead of taking money from something else that we consider equally important, we are suffering the lesser of a few evils. I can tell you, I have children in our schools, and it would be very hard to convince anybody that I think that we don't need TAs in our classrooms. I have a special needs son who requires a one-on-one aid, but I can assure you that when he is in a classroom with 32 other fifth graders, which we have had, he is still a distraction. And the fact that there is one other adult in that room to deal with the other 32 children is a problem. So if there were anything, and we have been creative, we have an incredible superintendent who is dedicated, bright, committed, hardworking, and we have not been able to come up with another way of funding TA positions. It really would be incumbent on the county to really look at ways of providing additional funding so that we can become more creative with the ways that we use what we do have.
Again, as the school board chair, I think Karen knows this, a lot of what she said is dictated by the state, and unfortunately, whether we like it or not, the state tells us what we can do with that money, with the different pots of money. It's very confusing. So we provide money from the county. I don't know how often I can say this, based on the request from the school board. And we try to work with the school board all year long, and we have met special requests that they wanted. They've never come to us and said, we're getting ready to cut teacher assistants. In their budget discussions, there was no discussion, no public discussion at all that I can find or that I heard that would have even tipped us off that that was something we needed to be aware of. We all agree that teachers' assistants are important. So we can't read their minds. They're an elected body. We can't even say if we give you this in dollars, it has to go to a teacher assistant or it has to go to a textbook. The law doesn't allow it. We tried to set up a separate pot of funds that the teachers could draw from to buy school supplies, paper, books, whatever they needed for their school. Unfortunately, the law wouldn't allow that. That was our very first budget. We tried to do that. Apparently, we were just naive and thought we could direct where money goes. We give the money to the school based on the request, and we cannot direct them how to spend it.
Commissioner Bob, with the greatest of respect, you are the liaison to the Board of Education. If you had been at one of our budget meetings or discussions, we wouldn't have to call you up and separately inform you about what we were spending money on and what we were not spending money on.
Okay.